I get a lot of questions on my trading setup. What monitors do I use? What computer I have? What platforms I'm on? And you might be surprised to learn that you do not need a 6-monitor setup to be a profitable trader. In this video, I'm going to give you a full tour of my simple, clean, and effective trading setup. And I'll tell you the only tools you really need to get started. When you start trading, there is this very typical misconception that you need all of the tools possible to get started trading, but let me debunk that myth. It is completely not true. I made $1 million with one singular Mac computer. The only time that I did start using monitors was after I hit my first million, and I'm like, okay, I probably need to upgrade this because everything happens so quick no matter what. With just a computer, you can trade, because trading is not how many monitors you have. Yes, that's cool, but if anything, that might make you lose more in the beginning because you're so focused and you're like, oh my god, I just spent all of this money, this actually has to work. And that is not the truth. You can also get started with one of these little computers, and everybody thinks that you need all of this cool setup because that is trading. And yes, eventually you can upgrade, but in the beginning it is so crucial to understand the foundation behind everything. And as you go and you keep getting better, you can start upgrading if you want. But there is that misconception thinking, oh no, I need to get this. That's not true. What's going to make you profitable is the strategy and the consistency and risk management. There is so much more to learn that yes, you can look cool and you can look like a trader, but deep down you're going to know, well, this isn't really working out for me. So you do not need to spend thousands of dollars. So for the computer that I'm using right now, that is custom made main gear. And then I also have a Dell Ultra Sharp 49-inch monitor. I've used 32-inch monitors, 3 vertical screens, but I like to keep it as simple as possible so one monitor fits everything that I need. And I use a glorious mouse and a Corsair keyboard. Honestly, there are a lot of cheaper options on Amazon, and a laptop works just as good. For software and charting platforms, Thinkorswim is the best one. I like it the most because the charts are so clean. I have tried E-Trade before, I've tried TradeZero before, I've tried Cobra before, and for going long specifically, I like Thinkorswim the best. I just feel like it looks so clean. The charts look really good, and you can also go back and use the on-demand feature for checking the history of the chart. So say it ran May 27th of 2023. You can go back to that date and you can watch the whole day, and that is one of my favorite features that Thinkorswim has. I use Cobra Trading, and this one is just for going short. I like their service. I really like the way that they operate, and obviously DOS looks so clean, but I haven't been shorting very often, so I'm not using it that much. But if I were to pick from all of the shorting brokerages out there, it would be Cobra Trading. I also like E-Trade. I have used that for level 2, but I know that E-Trade Pro changed recently, so I haven't used the new version, but I remember they were a really good platform, and it's also good for going long, so I'm not going to say I don't recommend it. It is one of my favorite ones too. TradeZero as well for going short. It helps a lot if you don't have a $30,000 account. If you want to start a smaller account, if you are short biased and that is what you want to do in the beginning, just make sure that you know risk management, because these stocks are so volatile, so unpredictable, and you can blow up your account in one trade. The fees are more expensive at TradeZero, but if you want to start a small account, it is probably best that you understand how commissions work before you get started, because commissions can be expensive and they can add up. And if you haven't seen in my previous video, I go over my scanner settings, what criteria I use, so make sure to go watch it. And I also have a free downloaded PDF so you can see everything that I am looking for on the scanner and how I like it organized. So I'm going to link it down below, and I'm also going to link all of the other tools that I am talking about. For the scanner, this one is really big because I need to know everything that is going on in the market. I don't want people shouting it out at me and then me just finding out, oh, this chat room said this chat room said this. I want to know it for myself. So every single morning, I'm going to follow the same process, and that includes checking what is up on the day. And throughout the day, I'll keep watching it because I want to know what the percent gainers are. You can also check FinViz. You can also check Webull. That'll tell you other percent gainers as well. So those are my top 3, but I would say Stock2Trade is my go-to. For journaling, this one is such an important one, and I feel like you guys have found it so useful to start your own Discord channel. I love this one because you can start your own server and nobody else needs to know what you're typing, what you're doing. I have different categories, trades, journaling, watch lists, and then the list goes on. And every time that I read like a new category, I'm like, oh, I should probably include that in my server. I will, and then I'll use it and record it every single day. And then at the end of the week, you can go back and check what were your mistakes, what were your biggest lessons, and what you can learn from that for the future, because what you learn today is the only thing that's going to teach you for the future. If you don't write stuff down and you don't practice going back to everything, if you don't track anything, you're never going to know what you're failing at or you're doing good at. So journaling is the most important thing. And of course, having my own server allows me to remember everything, because the stocks will repeat again and they're going to run again. It's all up to you if you know how the stock behaves, how you traded it, where you messed up, because most of the time these stocks will literally trade the same. Car was the same exact trade in 2022. It literally did the same thing this year in 2026. So make sure you just know the stock's personality, and then you can always just go back. I remember in my Discord channel, I had my loss on car for over 50,000 in 2022. And this year, I was prepared and I didn't trade car. Why? Because I know how it behaves. And those are the biggest lessons. When you write them down, you can always just go back and read them again. And you're like, well, I'm not going to make this same mistake. But if you don't write anything down and you don't track it, you're just going to forget about it, move on, and then you're going to ask yourself, why am I making the same mistake? Well, it's because your brain hasn't processed the mistake that you did in the first place. You haven't given it enough data to change that mistake. So now you're like spinning wheels doing the same exact thing, and you're like, why am I doing this? Well, because you haven't fixed it from the start. Another one that I really like to use is Google Sheets, and I'll just write down the year, and then in the first window I'm going to write down all of my trades. So this is going to be a little bit more like mathematical, where you write down your ticker, where you entered, your position size, your entry, your exit position size, and then that'll calculate how much you made and the percent gain that you did on that specific trade. And if you want, I can go over my Google Sheets and how I built it in a future video. Tim Sykes has a Tim Challenge student, Michael Good, and he was the one that shared this in the beginning. That is why it is so important for all of you guys to grab all the lessons from everybody. What I'm saying now, grab a little bit of it. What people are saying, grab it and implement it into your strategy, because that's going to help you for the future. And I am not going to tell you anything that hasn't worked for me, because what's the point? I have tried all these things so that you guys can have a better future and not make the same mistakes I did. When I first started, I was over trading. I wasn't tracking my patterns. I wasn't writing anything down. And then I checked back on my platform and it said I was down like $3,000. That feeling was not good, especially for like being 6 months in. I'm like, I'm so lost. I don't even know what I'm doing. All of these things that I am teaching you is because I have lived them, because I don't want you guys to go through this same mistake. So track everything down, and that is why I have a Google Sheet in the first place, to keep everything organized, so I know what I'm spending on commissions, how much I'm making, what percentage I'm making, where I'm taking my biggest losses, where I'm taking my biggest gains, what patterns am I doing, what's my daily gain, what's my daily loss. All of these averages matter, because you want to learn from your mistakes so that you can do well in the future. My second Google Sheets window is the calendar. I just want to keep track of what I've made throughout the whole month, so that I have an idea. Okay, I made this amount this week, this amount this week, this amount this week, and that just helps me organize. And also mentally, it helps whenever you just write something down and then you're like, okay, it's almost as if you're resetting, and then you're letting that trade go and that day go, and now you can move on to the next day. So I treat the calendar as like I'm writing down how much I made, but I am mainly treating it as a reset. Today, I made X amount. The day is over. Let's put it behind us. Let's work on tomorrow. And then over time, you're going to know this is how much I made this month, this year, on this day. And then you're going to go back to your previous Google Sheet and you're going to see, I did this trade, this trade, this trade. This is what was working. This is what wasn't working. And then you're going to be so organized. You're just going to go back to your Google Sheet and say, I remember exactly what happened that day because I wrote it all down. So now for how I set up my monitor, it'll be the daily chart. That is 1 minute time frame. And it just gives me an idea of where the stock is at in the past 6 months. Next, I'm going to use the 15-day, 15-minute, and that'll give me the idea of what it's been doing for the past 15 days. And next, I'm going to be trading, actually day trading on the 1 day, 1 minute. And I know a lot of traders use the 5-minute candles because they don't want to be like scared out. But for me, I want to see everything that's going on every single minute just because that's my type of personality. And I'm also in and out very quickly. So at 9:30, I'm going to switch to the 1 day, 1 minute, and then I'm going to trade. Then next to it, it's going to be my scanner, my stocks to trade. And on the other side, it's going to be my watch list and my Discord channel so that I can also journal my emotions throughout the day. That has been crucial for my trading. Ever since I've been recording my emotions, I understand how I work, and that is why I have made my trading disciplined and consistent, because I know what works for me. I know that I can't be trading huge size, and I also can't be switching size here and there because that burns me out. So I prefer to keep it consistent, take that predictable 10 to 15% and call it, and also a max stop loss of 2% and 1% per trade. And that is going to be a repeatable process every single day. Check for percent gainers with volume, with float, with good price range, and trade those, and also focus on the recent runners that have been running in the past 15 days. Again, if you haven't seen my previous video, make sure to go watch it. I go over how I build the whole watch list, my whole scanner, but again, I'm going to link it down below so that you guys can also download it and check my criteria. So for beginners on a budget, I literally feel like all beginners should be on a budget because in trading, you're probably going to lose. A laptop is a must, in my opinion. There are laptops that are $300, $500. That is all you need. You do not need the Mac Air or the MacBook Pro. Like, yes, that is nice to have, but if you don't have it, the HP, the Dell, they work perfectly fine. A monitor, there are $60 monitors. That's perfect. So now we're at a budget of around $500. Journaling is free, and scanners are also free. So, and if you want an even cheaper option, you don't even need a monitor. With just a laptop that you have that maybe you use for work or that you've used in high school or that you've used throughout your years, that should be sufficient enough for you to have a year plus of learning the markets. All you need to do is learn the markets in the beginning anyways, so you do not need anything crazy. And honestly, you never really do. I still know traders that are trading on their laptops like Timothy Sykes always does. That's pretty much all you need, and that is all I used for my first million. So I can tell you from experience that you do not need crazy monitors. I was this girl straight out of high school. I had no idea what monitors were, what computers were. I was like, that is so manly, and that was one of the things that I didn't like about trading. So all I did was make it cute, make a cute little office, put a MacBook there, and I called it. That is all you need. And remember, a person with a $10,000 setup and a person with a $400 setup loses the same in the beginning. So pick wisely and make sure you don't go crazy spending if you don't have that amount. So that is my entire setup. And as you can see, it is more important how you use the tools to your advantage versus how many tools and how expensive the tools are. I've linked all of the gear in the description below. Make sure to check it out. And in the comments below, also tell me, what is the tool that you use every single day and what is the most important one? And subscribe for more technical trading tips.